الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا حبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا وعلى القاسم المصطفى محمد
اللهم صل على محمد
وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى لقاء يوم الدين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر الأهل مني لزيارتكم altogether إن شاء الله. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. Ya Allah, inshallah, accept our prayers and Ramadan and morning, Father Abdullah, inshallah, and reward us for our presence tonight in this majlis. Recite another salawat and give it to Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this great opportunity tonight. Alhamdulillah, another time together in front of the door of the Maktab of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam. May Allah inshallah bless all of you, bless your families, your generations inshallah, that in this part of this world you are reviving the messages of Imam Hussein and Ashura. May Allah bless you for being the zinat and an adornment of the majlis of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam. Inshallah, this time we have the hadith just came to my mind. Said that those times are those money and time that you don't spend for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will be forced by this dunya to spend it in the path of the enemies of Allah. That's so scary. It can be even money or it can be time. I could spend time to come to the majlis, I don't do it. I will somehow waste the same time, maybe more somewhere else. But the time that we spend here inshallah in this majlis and the same majalis would help us to save many other times. I was supposed to, for example, stay in the path of, in the line of insurance. I had a car accident, something simple. Or in a line to go to the doctor. Somehow Allah would save the time and money that is not spent for the sake of Him, and of course in the path of Islam. So you're spending time, you're coming here. The beauty of this center is what? Is the audience, mashallah, sitting here. Right? And inshallah, as I said, you will see the benefit of the one day soon in dunya and akhirah, inshallah. We're analyzing the society of the time of Imam Hussein salam, and we are reviewing some factors associated with the failure of people of Kufa and the enemies of Imam Hussein to support Imam Hussein. And also we're looking on the other side, some of the characteristics of those who supported Imam Hussein. We mentioned so far one of the major things that Bani Umayyah, the process, not just Yazid, Yazid is a small part of that, the whole mindset of Bani Umayyah, the whole culture of Bani Umayyah, which is the same culture of Nimrod, the same culture of Fir'aun. It's the same culture. Don't think it's just started in that time, the time of Rasulullah himself. No, it's the same mindset. He proved it obviously, right? The same way that Nimrod wanted to be against Ibrahim and kill Ibrahim, the same way that Abu Sufyan is standing in front of Rasulullah. We prove it. 20 years he tried to kill Rasulullah. 20 years. In the last 3 years of life of Rasulullah, of course, unwillingly he had to. Anyhow, so the same culture of unrighteous people from the beginning of the world all the way to their time, and if you see anyone else is coming to the end of the world, it's the same process, the same culture that is going. The same way that we say, the culture of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salatu was-salam, it's not something that he created. It's the same culture that comes from Musa and Isa and Ibrahim, all of them to Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Come all the way to Ahlul Bayt, all the way to Imam of our time, and this is what we're following to us as well. The same culture that comes, the same teachings. The proof is this: you cannot find any of these 124,000 prophets. Look at this. You cannot find any of these 124,000 prophets to contradict each other. None of them. And it's not that all of them live in the same time, in the same place, to say, let's get together, make sure what we're going to say so we don't contradict each other. One of them is Adam, one of them is the Rasul of Khatam, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. How come they don't contradict each other? Sometimes you see one author write 2 books, sometimes contradict some part of the books against each other, right? 12 Imam, none of them live in different times of, in this world. None of them contradict each other, not even by a single word. They're all in the same culture. They're following the same direction. They're following the same religion and maktab, alhamdulillah. That's what we're saying. So we're following this and we're analyzing this process. We're analyzing this culture as well. And we mentioned one of the worst things that Bani Umayyah did to people was to destroying their identity. Destroying their what? Identity. Huwiyyah. I was social media, I thought it very interesting. A flyer says, Al-Hussein Huwiyyatuna. Hussein is our identity. Amazing. That's true. Hussein is our identity. What they did at that time destroyed the identity of the Ummah of Islam. We talked a lot about this. And as a result, humiliated people at that time. Humiliated people and took their dignity and honor from them. What we see opposite of that, the side of Imam Hussein and Ahlul Bayt is totally opposite. Give them what? Give them identity, give them honor, give them prestige. What do you mean by prestige? I mean, at the night of Ashura, Imam Hussein says, leave me, I don't need you guys. Zuhair is standing up, is a millionaire, and says, Hussein, where am I supposed to go? If I die and come back to this world again, and die and come back, and 1,000 times this happened, I still want to sacrifice myself for you. Isn't it prestige? Isn't it honor? Isn't it identity? You have something. On the side of Kufr, on the side of the army of Yazid, different intentions that are there to attend the army of Yazid. One group are coming for what? Dunya and money. One group are coming for what? Position. You're going to be the governor of faith. One group are coming out of jahl and ignorance. Yazid is the Caliph of Allah. One group are coming because they're just barbaric, bloodthirsty people like Shimr and Huli, right? Different reasons, basically all around dunya. On the side of Imam Hussein, how many intentions you find? How many? One intention. For the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the path of Imam Hussein. That is the difference. That is the difference between what? Between those mindsets, the mindset of these people and on this side. That's why this is identity. If they ask them, what are you doing? The Imam of my time. I'm supporting the Imam of my time. They have identity. It's amazing. They come to them, even at the night of Ashura, even before, they try to bribe the companion of Imam Hussein, the soldiers of Imam Hussein. They try to scare them, they try to bribe them, they try to... You know that Mal'un Shem came to Abu Fadl Abbas at the night of Ashura. He says, your mother is from the same tribe. I got this letter from, Ibn Ziyad, that if you join us, you're going to be safe. What did Abu Fadl Abbas say? Look at this identity. Leave me, get away from me. I'm not going to leave Hussein. Hussein is my identity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's the representative of Allah. I'm not going to leave him. And here's the amazing part. When he left, the Prophet started thinking about himself. What did you do that this mal'oon, he thought that he can come to you and offer you this? It's amazing. That's amazing. What did you do that the enemy, let me come back to our time. What did you do that the enemy thought they can deceive you to follow them? What did you show? You should have done something. Identity. One of the things identity I mentioned about the names that we have. Our names here are our identities. Now travel all the way from here, go to the furthest village of, I don't know where. Africa, Asia, whatever you can find. Furthest villages. And you find someone, says, brother, what is your name? Says, my name is Ali. What does it tell you? About his identity. Somehow he's related. What is your name, brother? My name is Omar Saad Shebri. What is your name, sister? Fatima. Zahra. So part of our identity, we're carrying with. Why in Islam one of the rights of children over their parents is what? To pick a good name for them. Why the name so important? Why the name is an identity? I don't want to talk about this, we just came. Why the name is so important? Because Muawiyah is ordering no one should have the name of Ali in their houses. If anyone has the name of Ali, destroy the house with it. That means the name is so important. Another identity, we'll talk about this, the hijab of our sisters, we'll talk about this inshallah. But anyhow, it has started with destroying their identity and humiliating them. Tonight I want to talk about something important. One of the main reasons is a common, actually, factor in both the army of Imam Hussein والسلام, and the army of Umar Sa'd and Yazid. What do you mean? On one side they have this factor, and the other side they don't have it. And a main factor that today we need it, and because some people do not need this factor, they cannot reach a good position, dunyavi and worldly position. I want you to think about it. What kind of factor it can be? They cannot get promotion at work. They're always behind. They can't finish their education. In the path of Islam and spirituality, they're always behind. When Islam needs them, they're always behind and late because of this factor that I want to introduce. When that's the time that they have to be in the front line to help Imam Hussein والسلام, they're hiding in their houses. But that's the time that Imam of the time is calling them to support. They're behind. And that is a topic of bravery. And that's a topic of being brave in our life. What is bravery? If you ask someone, brother, are you brave? Sister, are you brave? Of course, alhamdulillah. You don't know what kind of challenges I can do. All the challenges online in social media they set, I did them. Is bravery jumping over skyscraper to the other one? You see this video please sometimes? Is this bravery or is it recklessness? What is bravery here? What is the meaning of? When any of these attributes that we talk, because we're looking at the divine position, we're talking about absolute version of that. If we're talking about being generous, we're not talking about one day you be generous, pay a little bit, and tomorrow be stingy. We're talking about generosity in general, be stable attitude, attribute for yourself. If you're talking about having a good temper, I don't mean that from Ilahi and Allah's perspective. I don't mean today you smile at someone, tomorrow you go home and Ya Allah, shame came inside, you know? No, it's a stable characteristic, a stable attribute at all the time. When we said bravery, that means the true meaning of bravery. On the side of the army of Umar Sa'd, look, on the side of Kufi, these quote-unquote warriors, they're living Imam Hussein, Imam of their time because of their, what if they hurt us? What if they, on the other side, the main thing that you find among the army of Imam Hussein is what? Bravery. Being brave. Oh, what is this bravery? What is the meaning of this bravery? the most important factor to show the bravery is to support your belief, to stay stable with whatever you believe in. Not to always change your direction because a wind comes from east or west, you start changing your direction because of that. Not because today someone say, I want to give you this much money, you say, okay, I'm going to go this way. Tomorrow someone threaten you, let's go this way. Not that as soon as something happened by the name of, Alhamdulillah, Muslim and Shia are growing, mashallah, let's announce it more. Tomorrow we have Islamophobia getting worse. Let's don't go to masjid because it's dangerous. Bravery, number one, that means being stable in the path of your beliefs. Being strong. Believe in what you believe in. Follow what you believe in. Bravery means what? You have the power to change. You have the power to stay and say, I apologize. It can be family, it can be someone else. I apologize, I made a mistake. You gotta be so brave to say that. You know? I know some of my clients' brothers that say, kill me, don't ask me to say I'm sorry to my wife. You're gonna have the same issue later on with your children, believe me. And you beg them to say I'm sorry, but you're not gonna hear it as well. At all. We're the role models, right? Bravery means to follow this, to stay strong in this path. Number one, to support. Let's go back to Kufa. They believed in Islam. They know Imam al-Hussein. Who is Imam al-Hussein? They were not brave enough to support Imam al-Hussein. What I'm talking about, Kufi, I want us to come back as well at this time and start thinking about our time as well. What's going on nowadays as well. A weak person, the weakest person, matter of fact, is the one who doesn't support its own beliefs. Always changing it, here and there. Find some examples. It says identity. It says izzah and honor, and it said bravery to support and to show our beliefs, at least for our souls, and to support Islam. And again, when we're talking about our beliefs, what? The most guaranteed version of beliefs that you can find, that Allah wanted for human beings to have. A brother came to me and said, Sayyid, you know, I'm at work, and sometimes my salat become qaza. I miss my salat. Why? You mean 7 hours you're just behind the computer, they don't let you move? Sit down as soon as you want to sit down. So I was thinking, I feel shy to stand up and pray. I feel somehow ashamed to pray. So that guy outside, he's driving his car. And the music is so loud. And he's disturbing some other people. God knows what is the lyrics. Sometimes, you know, in the intersections in life, we have to roll up the windows, look at the lyrics. My family right here, you know, what kind of words they're using. He's not shy to do that. That lady, naked or half naked, comes out, is not shy to do that. I am not brave enough to say my prayer that I know that's the right thing to do. Just because I am on campus, and just because some people says, oh, go back to your country. The bravery of Ashab of Imam Hussein والسلام, lead them to go and sacrifice their own life for the sake of Imam Hussein. The only thing that I want to do is just to hear some words, maybe. Some people say, oh, or some people look at me, huh? Mostly. We're not talking about certain very rare situation and difficult situation. No, we're talking about normal situation, right? Normal situation, right? So you miss your prayer because you're at work and you feel shy to say it? Where's this identity? Where's this? Go on and on. Like, this is just one example that I have here. You know what is the problem here? the worst issue here that many people that are not in the path of Ahlul Bayt, like you guys, mashallah, many people that they are shy, they're not brave enough to do and to practice because of what? What if others, they look at me differently? What if others, they talk, oh, look at them, he's Muslim, she's Muslim. So we're ready not to practice something that we know that is 100% true and right and important because of the opinion of some people that they don't have enough knowledge about the beauty of our beliefs. Beauty of our beliefs. You know what it looks? It looks like I know how to swim. I go to the ocean. I see a group of people don't know how to swim. And they're dying. And I'm like, it's so bad if I swim. You know, I have to die with them because it doesn't look good. No, you swim and you try to save others as well. You try to show them what is swimming as well. You try to save them and teach them as well about this as well. Bravery. One of the main messages that we found in Karbala is this. Not the bravery necessarily to go and fight with Umar Sa'd and his army. No, the bravery to stay with what? With what we believe Hussein ibn Ali alayhi salatu wasalam. The bravery to stay with Imam of As, Imam Mahdi alayhi salatu wasalam. To stay with our beliefs. On the other side, nowadays, let me give you a good example. I said identity and this side that are sitting over there with their hijabs. A perfect example of identity, a perfect example of bravery outside with hijab in this heat. A lot of eyes look at them, look at maybe they hear a lot of things, junk is rolling in front of them. Going to school, going to work, driving everywhere. Me and you, many of you guys, you can go out with t-shirts and no one knows, mashallah. That shows a very strong mindset, a very strong psychological aspects of a mind to stay with the beliefs. God knows if it was wajib for you guys, or me as well, to wear hijab, how many of us would wear a hijab outside? This is their identity. Wherever they go, they look at them, they know they're Muslim, mashallah. Wherever they go, they're supporting Islam. They're advertising Islam. If me and you, we didn't know any other beauties from our sisters, our mothers, our wives, nothing else. We just knew that they're brave enough to wear their hijab was enough to praise them and appreciate them every single day. I don't want to say that the wife comes inside and he talks bad with her or something, but be careful because you might push her away and then you're going to be responsible in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have a convert sisters come to the masjid. Left everything behind. I know that. I have some relatives. Left everything, the families and the life and everything that was the passion before for that person. Brothers or sisters, doesn't matter. Wants to come to a different culture, different religion, different families. How many of us would support that? The open arms. So, this is your family, absolutely. You left everything for the sake of Allah. Many of them maybe, na'uzubillah, go back because of what? Because me and you, we don't support. We don't support. I don't want to even say that one of the centers, I feel even shy, that the lady comes in, convert, they said, don't come to this center because you look good. We don't want you to be here because in front of our husbands you don't want you to be. It's very important to see that, to see this bravery. Many people, let me tell you what, many people, they would like to be Muslim, they would like to be a follower of Ahlul Bayt if it doesn't cost them anything. If it doesn't cost them anything. Like people of Kufa. If it doesn't cost me anything, I'll send a letter to Imam Hussein and invite him to come back. But Imam of us, we sit here until tomorrow, inshallah. We say, Ya Ibn al-Hasan, please come back. We're waiting for you. If it's going to cost anything, people of Kufa, what they did, they gave their whole life to the man of Imam Hussein. The only thing they want us to do is what? To be a better person. That's it. To improve ourselves. To go against our ego. To be a better Muslim. To be a good ambassador of Islam and the Maktab of Ahlul Bayt in the society. That's the whole thing that they want us right now to do. To be a good follower of Imam of Azim, Imam Mahdi alayhi salatu wasalam. So we're coming here, said the main thing is to improve ourselves, to become a better person, to bravery is related to many things. And by the way, let me tell you something. Let me praise you here, all of you. You could be somewhere in a Islamic country, Muslim country. Every 10 minutes and probably minutes there is a masjid, there is a place, everybody is Muslim, everybody understands you, You're living in the societies that's tough to be Muslim. There are a lot of negativity against Muslim. No pain. You are more special. You are more special than those people. Everything is safe, everything is nice in front of you. You decide this hijab is more important than a hijab in Iran or Afghanistan or Pakistan. You agree with me? Right? All of us we agree. This hijab here is way more important than anywhere else. I see a lot of young people, mashallah, faces here. Being a faithful young person in this society, which everything is ready for you. Our children here, our youth, our younger friends, they could be anywhere else right now, right? They can open this door, go outside, have access to anything. They chose, inshallah, to be in the Maktab of Imam Hussein, to sit here. You're special. That young lady that she wears hijab and she goes high school and a lot of eyes are poking her. You're special, you're a star in the path of Iman, inshallah. Yes. It's important. But now that you're in the best school, the school of Ahlul Bayt, now you are, inshallah, brilliant students. It's all the way, what can I do to become better? To become a better student, to become a better person, to become a better employee. Remember what I said? Many people, they stay in their job years and years, they don't improve, no promotion, nothing. Lack of bravery sometimes is the factor. Many people, no, I have to improve, I have to go. Well, I'm going to become a supervisor. One day I want to. In our worldly life, actually, Ahlul Bayt wants us to have a good intention and think big and dream big about this as well. Anything that is the characteristics of the army of Umar al-Sad, I don't want to have it. Lack of bravery, I don't want to have it specifically in my belief in Islam. Another example that needs a lot of bravery. Amr al-Ma'ruf and Nahy al-Munkar. To enjoin to goodness and forbid evil. Start from our own family, forget about others. Huh? Start our own family. My relative, my brother, my cousin has a party, has a wedding, that I know there's haram in there. It's mixed, and something is haram there, and that's my turn to go and say al-ma'ruf and at least somehow prove that what I believe. Different group of people. One group, they attend. Yeah, we don't like it, but we attend. Second group. Better groups. You know what? I really wish I could come, but something just came up. I can't come. Very good. At least. But it's not brave enough to say why. Third group. They send their gifts to the party. I love you so much. There's nothing against you. But what is going on over there is against my belief. If I come there, I'm going to make Allah against me. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to buy that with anything. Nothing against you, whatever you want to do. But my deen, my maktab, my madhab tells me that something haram is something haram is going on, so I can't attend. By the way, I love you, it's not against you, please. And that's my gift, Hadi. Not that that guy always a hero. But say it's just one night. That one night doesn't repeat many times. That's one night. Many of, I don't want to compare this, but let's go to Kufa, let's go to Imam Hussein's time. Many people, they just had one day decision to decide to be, Hurr ibn Yazid, he had one few minutes to make the decision to be in this way or that way. He decided to be. Those one nights, those one moment. Let me tell you what. Matter of fact, each of us, or Afar saying this, each of us, we have certain unique time in our life that Allah tests us once in our whole life, that we have a chance. We don't know that's the biggest test. And we have a chance to pass it or not to pass it. One time. Yusuf ala nabiyina wa alayhi wa sallam, he had one chance. Right there when Zulaykha, she invited him to do something wrong. It was one chance. And Yusuf passed the test. Right? Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. One chance, one time, it can happen into our life. If the majority of them, and the majority of them are those time and moments that we don't understand. When the test is over, then we realize, oh my God, that was the biggest test in my life. That was the biggest test in my life. Let me tell you some of the benefits of bravery. Inshallah, quickly wrap up here as well. Number one, in any improvement, in any salvation, you need to have what? Bravery. If a child is not brave enough to stand up when he doesn't know how to walk, to stand up and try to walk and fall down many times, would not learn about this. If that baby bird is not brave enough to start flying, would never learn how to fly. Remember the first time we wanted to learn how to ride a bicycle? How difficult it was? Many of you, I know that you remember. We're falling down. If you were not brave enough to try it, you would never learn how to ride your bicycle, right? You knew you were going to fall down, but you were brave enough. No, I'm going to try it, right? Second, for fulfilling our spiritual duties, we need bravery. In any of these examples that I just gave you, that we need to have, and that brings the confidence to ourselves as well for this sake. To be able to help and guide others, to help others as well. If I know my friend is in a wrong relationship, unlawful relationship, something wrong, be brave at least, very friendly to tell them about what is right, what is wrong. But say he might just be upset with me. Say it nicely, you just did what Allah told you to do. They want to be against you. It's like if someone is falling into the well and says, please don't fall down, you hold them and says, I'm very upset, you should let me to fall down. Okay, you can be upset, but my job is something else, to support you and to show you what. Changing and living a haram situation, you need bravery. You need bravery. Quick, we mentioned about Hazrat Yusuf Samari. Look at this. When Zulaykha invited Yusuf to do something wrong, you all heard about this, or you saw the series of Yusuf. What did he do? He ran towards the door, right? He could say, yeah, alhamdulillah, I'm the Prophet of Allah, so I'm going to walk very quick, very slowly to show you that I have power over my nafs. Quran says he ran towards, running away from haram, he ran away from it. If you have any friends, my younger friends specifically, that you know they are not in the right path, run away from them. The same analogy that Yusuf did. Run away. Don't wait. Don't say, but they are good, but I want to control myself. But that but is the first trap of shaitan. Run away. Run away from this. Bravery is in honesty and truth. You know why people lie? Because they're not brave enough to tell the truth. Why they backbite? Because they're not brave enough to tell to that person. See, the root of many of issues on haram is this lack of bravery that we find in the army of Umar al-Assad and people of Kufa. Bravery? Look at this. 72 people Just imagine that. 72 people in front of how many people? 30,000 people according to one tradition, to some traditions. 72 in front of 30,000. Death is in front of them. They know there is a shahada that is coming. One of the scholars says, I was thinking one night that those soldiers of Imam Hussein that they stood in front of Imam, then he was saying the Jama'ah prayer to take the arrows, so they will die, not Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He didn't do anything very special. If I was there, I would definitely do the same thing as well. Imam Hussein is there, of course I will, sacrifice my life for him. He says, I was thinking about this. At night, I had a dream. Me, same position. In Karbala, Imam Hussein is praying, and he put me to... He said in his dream, he said the first arrow was coming, and I see that it's coming, I dodged the arrow. Because that's death is coming, right? The second one, the third one. When it's the moment, when it's the time to show the bravery, it's so important. Bravery in announcing our beliefs, as we started with. And by the way, that's the process that we have to work through that as well. Bravery in apologizing when we do something wrong, all of us. As parents, to do it and to be a good role model for children. Children as we are supposed to do it. And believe me, once you get used to this, it's against arrogance. Which it kills arrogance. Once I go and says, you know what, I made a mistake, I'm sorry about this. And Islam says the same thing that you have to do this as well. Bravery in defending Mazloom and innocent. If I am sitting here, I might not have to go anywhere. I see some people are oppressed, but at least I can believe in defending them. At least I can talk about this. And many other things, like I said, bravery. And opposite. This is not a bravery in committing haram. It's not bravery. It's totally against it. Going to the wrong environments, breaking the laws. If I get to my car and drive 200 miles per hour in the highway. So I put it, in social media, sometimes it's how brave it is, right? No, it's not bravery. It's recklessness. You're supposed to respect the law. That's why Umar just said, even, breaking traffic laws against major laws that we have. This is haram, haram. You pass the red light against haram. Cheating in the test is haram. Why? There are certain rules in the societies and we're supposed to follow them. Breaking the laws, this is haram. Breaking the laws is not bravery. Respecting the law is bravery that we have to show, right? And many other things like cheating and many other things. And you can find a lot of good example. You can find a lot of good example, like I said, in the history, both men and women. We see that Asiya, the wife of who? Wife of who? MashaAllah, some people they know about it, alhamdulillah. Asiya, wife of Pharaoh, in the palace of Pharaoh. How brave should be this lady? And she is the follower of the Wali of Allah, Musa. Imagine you're living somewhere that if they realize they're going to kill him. All the way to one of the examples. The best example is Zainab sallallahu alayha. One lady standing in front of Yazid. Just imagine. Yazid is sitting, soldiers are around with their swords ready. And it's just 1 second, Yazid said, kill him. Imagine. You just lost 17 members of your family and the companion of your brothers. In that situation, with that tragedy that happened in Karbala, she's standing in front of Yazid. The way that she's talking to Yazid, that Mal'oon got humiliated. Says, am I captured here or you are captured? Then someone says, Wallahi, you cannot do anything against us. You cannot turn off the light of Iman and the light of this. No, you can't. Wallahi, you can't. Why? Where this bravery comes from? The source of bravery, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now that I am so blessed to be in this path, next time someone stops me and says, what are you doing? You're Muslim or something. I I smile at them. If I have a chance to explain, I explain. This is the reason I have hijab. This is the reason I pray. This is the reason I eat halal. Fact number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they're ignorant, they don't want to listen, they just want to say something, I smile at them. Ya Allah. قالوا سلاما. مستجاهلين قالوا سلاما. إذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما. Spaz. Yeah. Be strong in this path. Be strong. And once we practice this, you see how beautiful, how tasty is this feeling of being brave. Specifically for younger friends. Many of, with all due respect, older ones, they don't have anything else to lose, no other friends. It's easy for them. Yeah, I'm Muslim, I do that, right? But the younger ones, you go to school, you go to work, you come back, to be brave enough. Yes, I am social. Yes, I'm participating here in this work and everything, but I have my identity. I have my Islam, my religion. If you see, my name is Hussein, my name is Muhammad, my name is Ali. Let me finish with this. It's amazing. Just came to me. One of my friends, he is a very well-known professor of endodontist, internationally known. He was in a university, very known university back in California, and he was part of admission to accept new students. He said one day, the university that he was part of that, it was a Christian university. Actually, it was Seventh Adventist. It was very conservative. But still, they were accepting other people from other religions as students as well. He said that was admission, and we had an oral interview with the nominees, with the students. And he came and he was sitting. He said, I was just Muslim with someone else. The rest of group, all Christians sitting. He said one of them asked him a question. After all this, special question they had about the major and everything, asked them, who is your role model in your life? Who is your role model in your life? So this guy, he said he was an international student. That makes it more difficult. Came from another country for the interview with a lot of dreams to come here and study. And he said, who's your role model? Maybe some people would find some names in the major, right? Industry, endodontist, dentistry, whatever major it is, psychology. Yeah, my major is that guy. This professor was telling me, he started all of us since this Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. A few years, he said, this brother, this professor, is Shia, he said, I was shocked. I was like, Ya Allah, they're not going to accept him. You know what he says? Totally against him. They're looking, who's your role model? Where? When? When with one signature they can say, get away, go back to your country. In just 1 second. First of all, that means he truly believed in that. Otherwise he wouldn't, it's not show off to say when. It's the most critical time of your life. He's a young person, right? That shows that it comes from the heart of that person. And totally said that. Said, I was shocked to hear that Shia brother, professor, said, I admired him. They accepted him as well. When someone is strong enough in his beliefs, he will never betray the patients. He will be the best doctor in the world. Because he goes based on his beliefs. That's being brave, inshallah, specifically while we're young. That's why the hadiths are saying, the 2 rak'ah of a prayer of a young person is more valuable than the prayer of an old person. Because of the situation, because of the... Ya Allah, inshallah, support our youth. Help them to always be brave in the path of Iman. Give them tawfiq to be successful in dunya wal akhirah, inshallah. The bravery of companion of Imam Hussein, not only the old ones, the little ones were brave as well. The little ones were brave as well. Their women were brave. Their children were brave. We talked about this, Qasim ibn al-Hassan, Abdullah ibn al-Hassan. little children. Where is this bravery comes from? The first reaction of human beings is to support their own life, to save their own life. They're going to support the life of their Imam of time, Imam Hussein. Ya Mahdi, is it possible that one day I have this feeling to come forward to support you? Anyhow that is possible. That I see that I'm coming to support. I know I should do it every day. But one day, inshallah, at your presence physically in front of me, that I can support you, inshallah. Little children of Karbala are brave as well. Let's go to Karbala together. Let's say our salam to our Imam and his family, inshallah. Ya Hussein, we appreciate you. In front of Allah, we're saying that we appreciate that you sacrificed yourself, the best of all your families, for the sake of us today, to know what is haqq, what is truth, what is justice, what is iman. Allahumma salli ala Fatimata wa abiha wa ba'liha wa baniha والسر المستودع فيها بعدد ما تبيه الموت. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله. السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله. Wherever you're sitting, see yourself, inshallah, in Bainul Haramain, between the Haram of Abbas and Imam Hussein. Inshallah, soon we have the tawfiq to go to visit Abba Hussein. السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين وابن سيد المسيحيين. السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة سيدة نساء العالمين. I told you about Zahra, we just mentioned her name. Just quickly go to the Medina alleys of Medina, the house of Zahra, and let's come back. I don't know what is the relationship, what is the point, why this family, whenever they have 6-month-old baby, something happened to them. You got the musibah, right? I don't have to continue, you know where I'm going. I don't know, I think because the reason that the 6-month-old of Ashura became Shaheed is because of the 6-month-old of Zahra became Shaheed Mohsen behind the door. You want to know why Ashura happened? Because that happened. Because Fatima happened. When Zahra shouted,
You know that Zahra just came to say, what do you want from this house, from the house of Wahi? It was the moment that the guy Mal'un kicked the door and Zahra behind the door and the wall. At the moment that she said, Ya Fillatu khudini, Fizza, come and take me, they killed my Muhsin. Killed my Muhsin. Let's go to Karbala. Some of the narrations that Imam Hussein, at the last time that he says, Hal min Nasirin Yansuruni, or one of the times, he all of a sudden heard a voice from the tent of women. He came, Imam Hussein, to the tent. He said, I told you guys be quiet. What happened? They said, as soon as you said, Hal min Nasirin Yansuruni, Ali Asghar started moving. That means, oh Father, you still have one more soldier left. You still have Ali Asghar left. Tell me, give me the baby, give me the baby. If they don't want to give me water, if they don't have enough mercy, they will give water to Ali Asghar. Huh? Don't wait for me to recite it. You all know about this musibah. Ya Allah. Hussein took Ali Asghar in front of the army of Umar Saad. If you don't want to give me water, that's fine. Take the baby and give water. I would like to ask you a question. How much water a 6-month-old baby would drink? That was the moment. Harmala next to Shem. Shem told Harmala, Harmala, don't you see that? Ask a question, should I shoot the father or the baby? He said, if you shoot the baby, father will die as well. He was telling the truth. But let me ask you, how big is the neck of a 6-month? And how big is a 3-headed arrow? All of a sudden, Hussein saw Ali's shaking and moving on his hands. What happened neck to neck, ear to ear of Ali? This musibah on one side, I think this is the bigger musibah here. Hussein is the one the whole world would come to find peace and be next to him. They asked the army of Yazid, was there any moment that you felt bad? They said, yeah, when Ali Asghar were shot, we saw that Hussein moving towards the tent and coming back. We saw that Hussein cannot go towards the Qiyam. Why? Maybe Zainab and Rabab are over there standing. How can Hussein go there? They said, we saw Hussein went behind the tent. He was digging the ground. How difficult if a father wants to bury his own son. When he was going to put Ali Asghar in the ground side, you see here the voice, Ya Hussein, mahlan, mahlan. Rabab said, Hussein, one more time. Let me see my baby. Sisters, they know what I mean, how difficult it is, huh? You give your baby to your husband and then you found him like that. Inshallah, Rabab did not see the neck of Ali as well. Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein. Look at the heart of Hussein in front of this mother and this baby. ألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون اللهم لأن أول ظالم ظلم حق محمد وآل محمد وآخر تاب له على ذلك اللهم لأنهم جميعا اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج دعوت امين ان شاء الله اللهم عجل لمولانا الفرج والعافية والناس ومد في عمره الشريف وزين الأرض بطول بقائه واجعلنا من أغانيه وأنصاره وشيعته Ya Allah, Bekhum, for the sake of the blood of Ali Asghar, hasten in the Dawur of our Imam Mahdi. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, give us tawfiq to be among the true followers of our Imam. Ya Allah, help our youth, make them successful in dunya wal akhirah. Ya Allah, give us tawfiq to be brave all around our life, specifically to support your religion, Islam. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, anyone from this ummah specifically follows Ahlul Bayt, especially my dear brothers and sisters, if they have any request, any need, any hajah, give them all khair hajat. Ya Allah, whoever is hurting Islam intentionally, send their evil back to themselves. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, many of brothers and sisters that are sick, they wish they could come to this majlis of the same majalis. For the sake of Imam Sajjad, cure them all at this moment. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, those who passed away, send the tabaw out of this majlis to their soul. Let's get started for a moment. Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein,